It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky.
Hey there, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish podcast.
Woo!
It's been a while since we've done a Storytime, and we're so thankful for everybody who's been sending Storytimes in your homegrown horrors into our email, social media, whatever it is that works for you. We've been getting quite a few of them. We're really thankful.
Yeah, homegrown horrors are the stories like Robin alluded to that are shared by our listeners, or by maybe a friend or family member that you have who has told you the story and is okay with sharing it. And if you have a story like that, and I guess I should specify, it's like true crime sometimes. Sometimes they're paranormal or supernatural or spiritual. Sometimes they're coincidental where you thought something like that was going on, but really it was just completely benign. And they're really funny usually. Or extraterrestrial in nature.
Oh man, I want some of those.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to us. Let us know. Yeah, you can read the story on the show, and we'd be more than happy to share it. Robin, for folks who have a story like that, where should they send them?
So you can go to our website. We actually have a contact us page, and you can type out all that fun stuff in there. Or, easier if you type it in Word and then copy paste. That's cool too. You can also email me. You can also email us directly, storytime@scaryish.com. We also have a bunch of social media outlets you guys can reach to us at.
Yes, facebook.com/scaryish podcast. The Twitter is at scaryish_pod, and Instagram is at scaryish_podcast. And yeah, we're going to be reading 3 stories. One of them is really long, so we're going to split it down the middle like we usually do if we have a really long one. And then the 2 are just regular length. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. We hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you to everyone who joined us live. If you ever want to watch us record a story time, we do record every single story time since story time number 25 live on youtube.com/scaryish, I think, and twitch.tv /scaryish podcast. So it's been a while since we've done one of these. I think it's been over a month. We do have enough where we have a few in the that's a good way to put that. We have enough emails where we can have several Storytime episodes moving forward. So we're going to figure out a nice cadence. I know we're thinking about trying to do one a month. And I think that's probably what we'll do. If we wind up getting more, though, we don't mind doing more Storytimes and just doubling up on a week and giving you guys twice as much Scaryish like we used to. So we'll see what happens with that. But for now, this is the weekly episode for...
Weekly, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one you're getting this week, so enjoy it. But yeah, okay. I think I'm going to go first when it comes to the story. So you ready?
Yeah.
Strap in and enjoy. So this first one is from Rainey. And the subject is great grandma ? /feel good. So I think this one won't be scary. And if it is, let's go ahead and say, you know what? You should get a better subject because I'm expecting something that's feel good right now and not something that's terrifying.
Okay.
So Robin's face is shocked. She doesn't know why I'm saying any of this stuff. And it starts out like this. Hi, all. Robin doesn't apparently care to greet this person. How rude.
No, I'm drinking water. Hello.
Hello. And everyone else, obviously, if you're part of all, which you are, has to say hello. It goes on to say, my name is Rainey, pronounced like the weather. I started your podcast recently after catching up with all others. Like you've listened to every other podcast ever and you saved us for last. It's nice of you. Best for last. I binge spooky podcasts all day at work. I am currently listening to Storytime episode 22, so I have a bit of a way to go. My great-grandmother passed away a few years ago. It was very sad, but I was not very close with her, unfortunately. That side of the family does not do a lot with extended family. At the time, I was working with an herbalist and training under her, while also receiving and learning Reiki. I think that's how you say it. I've heard the word before, said out loud, and I think that's how you say it. Reiki actually might be the right way to say that.
Okay.
Either way, which is energy healing. It works a lot with your chakras, opening and healing them, as well as your aura. I know this sounds super, and they put in quotes, woo-woo, but the experiences I have had with this made me a believer. I'm happy to send stories about my Reiki experiences if you would like. I'm also able to perform Reiki healing. I would definitely like to hear about that. I'd love to learn more about it and to hear about your experiences doing it.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah, absolutely send those in. It goes on to say, the chakras that you... I got distracted by Robin looking at our dog, who was hanging out on our couch in our office right now.
I wonder if it's like... Oh, no, you can just see her butt.
You can't even see her butt. When she wanders in the camera, we'll let you guys see her, for those of you watching live. All right, where was I? The chakras that you heal also includes your third eye, which can open you to spiritual experiences when you open. Shortly after my great-grandmother's death, my grandma gave my brother and I the pictures of my great-grandmother. Okay, let's start that one way over. Shortly after my great-grandmother's death, my grandma gave my brother and I the pictures my great-grandmother had of us, and I jokingly commented on how few she had of me. This was not her fault. We are not a family that focuses a lot on pictures. We would rather enjoy the experience. I slept in a room my parents built in the basement. In parentheses, she said, oops.
Because basements are, it's like any haunted movie or show or whatever, always is like it happens in the basement.
I love basements. I miss basements. I miss living in a place that has basements. It keeps on going. Because as an adult, I wanted some more privacy. It also meant I had my own bathroom with a shower. One night, as I was going to bed, I heard my name called. I always fell asleep with my TV on, and thinking it would have been my mother, I called back, yes, and waited. I have to pause because parents all over will just call their kid's name, and when the kid says yes or what, they just don't say anything. And they wait for the kid to come to them, and they're like, why did you call me? And they're like, why did you just say yes? It's like they expect you to come when called as if you were a pet or a dog. So, just saying that. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, and I can't wait to do it to kids of my own. Anyways, they called back yes and waited. I heard my name again, but knew this was not my mom. I was terrified. After it happened again the next night, I spoke with my herbalist and Reiki healer about it. They asked if I had any idea who it was, what they wanted, or whether or not it was a good or bad spirit. I did not know at the time, so to be safe, they did not want me to interact with a spirit. My herbalist gave me this is a crystal. My herbalist gave me a tourmaline. I think I'm saying that right. Which is a black crystal that absorbs negative and offers... Which is a black crystal that absorbs negativity and offers protection from it. They told me to sleep with the crystal, and if I heard my name again, to politely ask them to go and let me sleep. Fun fact, energy must abide by energy, so spirits need to listen to you, but it is usually best to limit interaction and be polite, especially if you do not know who or what it is.
Interesting. I've never heard that before.
I haven't either. That night, I slept with the tourmaline in my hand and asked that whoever was there let me be and let me sleep. The next day, I spoke to my boss at the time about it, still not sure who it was. Later that night, I had the scariest experience.
Okay.
I always slept with a fan aimed at me. I mean, obviously, because you're not crazy. As this kept any bugs away as I slept, in parentheses, yuck, the downside of the basement room. As I tried to fall asleep...
What's your excuse?
What?
Having the fan on you.
I like feeling the air moving on me. And that's just, how I am. A lot of folks don't like fans moving. I know that's pretty popular. And I think Korean culture, fan death is a thing. Where, leaving the fan on in a room, can cause you to die suddenly. Which is, the complete opposite of how I live my life. I want a fan on me at all times. So, anyways, let me keep going here. Beep. I gotta find my spot again. As I tried to fall asleep, I felt as though something cold grabbed my 2 or 3 toes in the middle, in between my big and pinky toe. I suddenly sprung awake. I tried to rationalize that it was the fan, but my blanket was tucked under my feet, so they were not exposed to the air or fan at all, and I only felt it on those toes, and it felt like a hand wrapped around them. I asked to be left alone and grabbed my tourmaline. My boss claimed to be able to see and feel spirits. I'm not sure how much I believe her about this, but I told her about this experience the next day. She told me that she felt the presence of a grandparent and told me that she was sorry she had scared me and just wanted me to know she was there. I had chills the remainder of the day, even though my desk was directly in the sun and a very warm spot in the office. I was not sure about telling my family about this, but one night at dinner I decided to tell my grandfather. It was his mother who had passed. He told me that he believed me, and he seemed happy to hear that his mother was around. He is not the type to show emotion normally. My aunt, who was a big believer in the supernatural, thought that maybe my great-grandmother thought I was her, as we look a lot alike, and they were close. But I said I was not sure about that because she said my name. Sounds like your aunt's trying to bogart this beautiful moment with your great-grandmother, just saying. I think she wanted to assure me that she cared, despite not having many pictures of me or having a close relationship. I also had my first case of sleep paralysis in this basement room, but I do not want to ruin the feel-good feelings of this story. I have not talked a lot about this experience after the fact, as it is really personal and hard to know for sure what happened, so thank you for providing such a safe space for experiences like this. XOXO, Rainy.
I think that's sweet. I think a lot of people don't get that opportunity to have like experiences with family members that have passed if there's like you have regrets or things like that. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think there's a significant amount of people that have had stuff similar to this happen to them that just straight up don't talk about it. Because either you're skeptical or just straight up non-believer and you can't make sense of what's happened or like reason around like what could have happened knowing what you experienced. And it's just easier to not talk about certain things. So I'm glad that you feel safe talking about it on the show. And if anyone else has a story like that, even if you want to send in the email anonymously, feel free to do so, because I do think reading these and other folks hearing them helps everyone. So thank you again, Rainey, for sending that in. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look over and see what you wonderful folks have had to say. I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs to start. Shout out to Rad Mad. There's 3 Ds on the Rad and the Mad for following us 14 days ago.
So then wouldn't it be like...
Radadada?
Yeah.
Madadada. Yeah, I think you're right. Shout out to Captain Fake Eye for resubscribing for the 3rd month in a row, 47th month total, and said, hello. Shout out to Latreya for resubscribing for the 11th month, said, making homemade tortillas. That sounds really good, actually.
Amazing.
Shout out to I'm What's for Dinner for resubscribing for the 47th month and said, oh my god, it's Scaryish. Shout out to Malum, that's me, for resubscribing for the 37th month, stealing $5 out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it back into my own. Shout out to Chunkster for resubscribing for the 27th month and whispered, February Patreon push. I hope I did that right. And shout out to I Am Beef Trainer for resubscribing for the 30th month, saying 30 months of subscribing would be more if I would remember every month to use my Prime subscription. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So either way, thank you to everyone. We sincerely appreciate it and appreciate you guys joining us here on a beautiful Friday afternoon or evening, depending on where you're from. I don't know when evening officially kicks off as far as time goes, but I think 4 feels more like afternoon to me.
No, I think that's evening.
I think 4 is evening. That's
because
super
by the time
early
you
evening.
get 6, it's nighttime.
I feel like 6 is evening. I feel like that's when it starts. If I said like, let's go to dinner, and you're like, when? I'm like, in the evening. I mean when it's dark. And at 4, it's not dark. So I feel like 4 to 5 is the last hour, at least the last hour of afternoon.
All right.
But maybe there's a definition out there somewhere. Who the fuck knows? Shout out to Faye, who was the first person in either channel, said, oh, what a delightful surprise. I did post to social medias across the board to state that we're going to be doing this yesterday, 24 hours in advance. So if you guys are ever wondering whether or not we're going to be doing a story time and we haven't mentioned it on the episode that came out that week, I will try and make sure that it's 24 hours notice posted on our socials, which will typically be Facebook and Instagram now. So fun stuff. Glitch is also here. Latreya is here. The Snarked is here. Nice to see everyone jumping in.
I like seeing all of the usuals. I love, like, I don't know. You guys are great.
Indeed. Over on YouTube, Kamara-kun, I think I said that right, is here. Said hello. What
Hello.
up? All right. Snark says, how's everyone's Friday? I'm actually off today, so it's been kind of relaxing. How has been? How's your Friday been?
I'm like, English? What are you saying? To me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I mean, I woke up
staring
at like noon, so.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, she woke up at noon, and when she woke up, I like kissed her, and she was waking up, and she's like, we need to take a shower. I was like, okay, cool, just let me know when. And so when she like started stirring and I heard her moving around, I went in there. I turned on the shower. She's like, no, I just got up. I need to stay on my phone. And so we took a shower like an hour ago, like 30 minutes ago. So just saying, like, took you a while to kick off
I only
your day.
get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep on a normal day. So weekends are when I catch up on my sleep.
Weekends are extended for her too, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday are her weekends. So you have 4 days of working hard and sleeping little, and 3 days of sleeping for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
The way it's supposed to be. Faye says her Friday's been good. Finally got off work at a reasonable time. That's good. It's good to hear that you're back at work, although that kind of sucks too. Unless you were getting stir crazy, in which case I'm glad to hear you're back at work. Glitch says, still at work. After work, it will be a good Friday. I need to get back to my Pal World, LOL. Game is so much fun.
Adam loves Pal World too.
I'm at level 21. I just got the ability to put a saddle on a flying creature, and you can actually fly. And it's kind of a game changer. It's pretty awesome. I got a little bit burnt out on Pal World and World of Warcraft, so I've been playing like Civ 6 today because I'm just like, I don't even know what to play right now. But anyways, I'm going to keep scrolling here. I Am Beef Trainer says, been missing you guys, working a new job, and when I get a chance while driving around, I'm listening to you guys. Shout out Spotify and catching up. Yeah, I have a couple of podcasts that I listen to, and I swear I only listen to them when I'm in the car. So a lot of times I'll make up stuff. I'm like, oh, I need to go to the store to just grab something. It's really just because I want to toss on my podcast.
I need to. I don't need to, but lately I've been just letting. Fuck. Lately, all I've been listening to is audiobooks. So.
Yep. Smutty audiobooks.
Yes.
It's funny getting in the car and hearing Robin's audiobook start, and it's someone speaking in like a sultry voice.
Hell yeah.
And it's like she's like, no. She turns it off really fast. All right, gonna keep scrolling. Hazel over there on YouTube says, Adam, keep your basement. Hi, Robin, your hair is so cute.
Thank you. I chopped it all off finally. So
a lot of it came off, and it still looks really good and
but
kind of
it's getting
long.
long again, so I need to chop it off again. I don't know.
Indeed. Snark says, that's funny. Adam, I have a fan on me because I'm constantly trying to suddenly die. That's a very good joke. That's a great joke, actually. All right. Faye says, I miss the live sessions. I do too. And I don't know. We'll see how often we do them moving forward. I kind of want to start doing some, game streams, but I'll be honest, we don't really get a lot of people that watch the game streams.
Yeah.
It's like solid, like 5 to 8 people, which like isn't bad, but it just lands smack dab in the middle of the day that we need to run errands and shit. So it's kind of hard to not leave the house until like 4 to do errands on Saturdays. So we'll see though. I really, really want to stream. What is the name of that game? Excuse me.
It's
something company. Lethal Company. It looks so funny on all the streams I see.
Is that the one people are killing people with like random objects?
Well, like no. It's like you're running around as far as I can tell and trying to avoid from dying from a bunch of monsters. There's one clip where someone's trying to show another person how to use a ladder, and the ladder collapses on them and kills them. So it's not like they're intentionally doing that to the other person. But yeah, there's one clip that's fucking hilarious like that. So I have a few friends who I might test that out with and see if it's good content. One of them warned me too that there's a lot of spiders in it, but there is arachnophobia mode that you can turn on, so you don't actually see spiders. You just see the word spider come at you.
What?
And I'm like, that's pretty fucking funny. So we'll see if we can toss a few more live streams onto the calendar here in the future.
Definitely not tomorrow.
Chunkster says, why not tomorrow?
Because I'm not going to be here.
What? Where are you going?
Dodger Day.
Oh my god. By the way, Robin has changed so much since you guys have last seen her. She is an F1 fanatic. She is a Stanley girl now. So she made sure to tell me when she got her Stanley Cup that she was a Stanley girl now. And now apparently she's a Dodgers fan too. So
I'm not a Dodgers fan. I'm a Shohei
3.
fan. And Shohei's abandoned us. So now he's over the Dodgers.
Shohei abandoned the Angels and went to the Dodgers, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I like Shohei and I wish him the best, and I also hope he never wins a championship because I'm not a Dodgers fan. But all right, let's keep moving. Chunk says, "LOL, I was told as a child that if you fall asleep with the fan on, that it would deform my face."
Oh
That's
my God,
hilarious.
It explains so much.
No, it doesn't really. Gonna keep going. Snark says, "Oh, our photo shoot for roles got canceled today because of rain. We finally get to see our boyfriend this week. I'm glad to hear that." Which says, "Oh yeah, it's the best when you can fly. Oops, caps, work emails, haha." Yeah, dude, it like just expands the rest of the world so much, and you can collect so much more stuff by just topping on the back of a creature that can just fly.
The Snark says, "I got like a dragon instead of Pal World." What?
It's the latest game in the Yakuza series.
Oh, like a dragon. Okay.
There's a lot of Yakuza games, and I've heard they're all mostly very good. So at some point I'll pick one up and play it. But cool. Good to know. All right, we're going to move on to this next one. It is long. Robin's going to start it. I think she's going to read about 2/3 of it. I might have just closed it like an asshole.
Yeah, you did.
So after she gets to the part where it says, all right, on to the second story, then we will take the break where we talk to you folks and then switch from there. So let me find it really quickly again. That's it right there. And make it big. There we go. All right. I'm going to mark this and you can take over. Of course, Robin decides to wet her whistle before she begins, so it's nice and wet-mouthy.
What the fuck?
Why I keep moving the reticle because we have 2 mouses. We have 2 mice. I have one. She has one. And I keep moving it to be right on top of the fucking email. And twice in a row, Robin grabbed the mouse and moved it clear over to the side that has the stream. And I keep freaking out thinking she's going to accidentally turn off the stream. So I keep forcing it back over with my mouse. It's a fun battle that we have going on here.
Stop touching your mouse.
I'll touch my mouse all I fucking want. Someone's got to touch my mouse. All right. That's a joke. Marking it. Start it up whenever you want, I guess.
All right, so for the second story, this story is going to be from Andrea or Andrea, however which you prefer it said. We just have an Andrea at work, so we say Andrea, but I know some people like Andrea. I'm going to take a gamble and say this one's Andrea.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Weird gamble to take.
The email begins. Hello, Adam and Robin.
What's the subject, Robin?
It's just readable stories.
Such a good subject.
It says, hello, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
My name is Andrea.
Whoa, you didn't say hello.
Hello.
No one else gets to fucking say hello, by the way. Unless your name is Adam or Robin.
My name is Andrea. She, her. Nice, nice. I wanted to start by saying that I started listening to your podcast on an 8-hour drive from Gig Harbor, Washington, near Tacoma on the Puget Sound, to Boise, Idaho in August.
I'm glad to hear that folks listen to us on road trips.
Yeah.
Road trip audio is so important, and I'm glad that we can be a part of that.
In less than 3 months, I've listened to every one of your subject episodes and most of your Storytime episodes.
Nice.
I'm a lucky mama to a 5-year-old daughter, Lucy, and a 2-year-old son, Robbie. No judging me, but my daughter and I listen to you guys together.
I am now embarrassed.
Mainly just cryptid episodes or the ones about coincidences and whatnot. No true crime or possession episodes for my sweet little girl.
Smart move.
She knows not to say bad words and knows that adults get to say them, but she doesn't. Aw, but I feel like maybe...
It's smart. I mean, that's how my parents let me know. These are things you can look forward to. And I think when I was 13, I, earned some swear words that I was allowed to start saying as long as I said them correctly. So...
I'm not going to do that.
I mean, I'm... Whatever. We'll see.
Anyway, we'll try to cut it down from the episodes.
Sure we will. We're already pretty good about not swearing too much, but... Sure. Robin's going to make some editing notes, apparently. So as long as you're editing your own swear words, I think we'll be good.
And what about yours?
I already do pretty well.
No, you say fuck a lot.
You just said it. I haven't said it once yet.
Okay. Anyway. Let's see. At the beginning of each episode, when the little chittering cackle sounds off after the intro song, she giggles because she thinks it's a squirrel. Wait, what chittering cackle sounds?
You've never heard our intro song? It's the instrumental for 11 seconds, and then a laugh, like a giggle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't think of it as a cackle. That's probably why. I was like, for me, it
literally says, it says she giggles. Got it. I thought we were a split screen, so I was going to let everyone know she's flipping me off in the dead space.
Second thing I want to say before I type out my stories is this. I don't give a shit about sports.
It's okay.
I like F1 and autocross racing.
So I guess we officially know F1's not a sport. So
I like F1 and autocross racing, but if it involves a ball, I don't care.
What about a puck? Hockey has pucks.
I like hockey. However, Adam, my 2 favorite episodes are the ones about baseball games and superstitions associated with them.
Nice.
That's pretty cool to know.
I appreciate that.
You're clearly passionate about sports, and your ability to tell a captivating story wins me over every time. Honestly, I love them.
Thank you.
It's very sweet. Okay.
I do love sports. I just like competition, and there's compelling narratives within them, so it's fun to talk about them.
Okay, now that I've gotten all of that out of my system, I know you guys aren't currently doing Storytime episodes, but I figured maybe if y'all get enough stories, you'll bring those episodes back.
Smart.
So, here are my stories. One is confounding, and the other I find touching. Now.
Ooh, so scary at the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Story 1. On Halloween night, 6 days ago, so from the date of this email, don't know, sometime
November
in
6th.
November. Okay. I had put my son to bed and was waiting. I had put my son to bed and was waiting for my daughter to come down from her post trick-or-treating sugar high. My husband had a cold, so he had turned in early. Therefore, it was just my daughter and I awake. I love Halloween, but also get the heebie-jeebies on the day because I am convinced something evil is nearby. So I don't like being alone. Plus, I'd been watching scary movies every night of October, so I was on high alert.
If you don't do that, you're just not doing October right. Watching scary movies every day, at least one a day, is so much fun to do in October.
You gotta be watching horror stuff all year.
When I met you, you never would watch any scary stuff. Now she constantly has it on. It's so funny.
The other day, Adam's like, why is it that whenever you put a movie on, there's just blood and gore, and it's just...
We're like getting ready to go to bed, and she's like, oh, I'm so tired. She put a movie on with someone being murdered. Like, brutal. I was like, geez, like, what the hell is happening right now?
So anyway, she
does. This chick fucks. I started watching Silicon Valley. That's a phrase from there. I'm not trying to say that anything else. Okay, let's move on.
Stupid. So anyway, our house... Stop!
The dog made a noise, and I think I need to move so you can see her. Wow, the microphone perfectly covers her. Behold, Shiba Inu hiding behind a microphone.
And terrible cable management.
Yep. All right, I'm coming back. Coming back. That's just for you folks. All right.
So anyway...
Continue, Robin.
Holy fuck. So anyway... Oh my god, dog.
That was not me that time.
So anyway, our house is a typical split-entry home from the 70s. The main living spaces and all the bedrooms are upstairs, and we have a rec room, laundry room, and garage access downstairs.
Do you know what split level means?
Once you walk in, you go up, and then you go down.
Staircase, one go up, one go down. Yeah. I figured just in case there's some folks out there that don't know what split level means, we'd toss that in there.
Thanks.
Robin's apparently offended.
No.
Fuck anyone that doesn't know what split level means.
No, I'm like thrown off now. Where do I go? I decided to go downstairs to grab the clothes out of the dryer, but being a pansy, I turned to my sweet daughter and said, before bed, do you want to race downstairs then back up again with me? I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's going to protect you, right?
I would be like, do you want me to time you and see how fast you can come up and down the stairs? Because I'm not going down there.
I was trying to make it fun, but also keep my mind from running away with itself. I may be 34 years old, but I still sprint up the stairs at night because I am convinced something is chasing me up them. So, when we run down the stairs, she hangs out with me while I swap out the laundry, and then we start back up the stairs. A little bit about the layout of our house. Once you reach the top of the stairs, the living room is directly to the left behind a wrought iron banister. The kitchen is in front of you, and the dining room is in the back left corner.
This is like just like a house I grew up around. Like, it's my friend Nick's house. I swear to God, it sounds the exact same.
To the right of it, little do we know, this is actually like Nick and his secret family.
That'd be funny.
To the right of the stairs is a long hallway with all the bedrooms and bathrooms, yada yada. There's a small L-shaped wall that separates the kitchen off from the dining room and living room, but you can walk a full circle around it. So, we race up the stairs, and since I'm carrying a laundry basket, my daughter takes a slight lead. I'm right behind her as I watch her dodge off to the left towards the dining room. I set the basket down and walk straight into the kitchen to grab a water and say, okay, baby girl, it's time to get in bed. No response. I know she can hear me because I know she's standing just on the other side of the wall in the dining room. I knew she thought she was being sneaky and was going to jump out at me if I came to look for her. So I started to walk into the dining room and began to repeat myself with a stricter mom voice. I started again. Lucy, it's time for... Rounding the corner, she's not there. Maybe she snuck behind the couch. Nope. Lucy? Not behind a curtain. Lucy! Not beneath the coffee table. Okay, kid, you win. Where are you hiding? Come on out. I'm not hiding, Mommy. I looked down the hall to see my sweet girl poking out from her bedroom.
Fuck.
Shut up. I was waiting for you to tuck me in, she continued. And scene.
That's horrifying.
Y'all know there is... Wait, no. We don't know anything. Y'all, there is no way she could have snuck by me to make it to her room. I know for a fact that she ran to the left at the top of the stairs, the opposite direction from her bedroom. I asked her how she got in her room so fast. I would have seen her running down the hall as I reached the top of the stairs if that was the way she had gone. And she said she was just there, and that's where I ran to. But no, guys, she didn't. I watched her run to the left, and suddenly she appeared from the right. Being a mom, I couldn't pry too hard because I didn't want her to sense my confusion or concern, and I certainly didn't want her to worry that something was wrong. So I tucked her in bed, got into my bed, and laid awake for a long time trying to figure out what the fuck had just happened.
I wonder if she ran to the left, and when you went to get the water, she like immediately zipped back. So when you asked her,
oh yeah,
she was just like, "Oh, this is where I ran the whole time." Because to her, like, it was a complete circuit, and she wound up at her destination, which was her bedroom. But that's just my speculation on maybe she just didn't realize what she was saying. So
The next morning, I called my husband while he was at work. He leaves before I wake up, so that was as soon as I could talk to him about it. And I told him about it, and I was expecting him to dismiss me as overly tired or mistaken. But instead, he was like, dude, can our daughter teleport? That's something you would freaking say.
I'd be like, she can bamf? That's amazing.
He totally believes me and now is brainstorming how to replicate the results. Who knows what the hell happened, but my beautiful, sweet little girl may be a real-life X-Men. So I'll let y'all know if or when we find out.
Perfect. Because she said X-Men, so she knows exactly what BAMF is from. It's the sound that's written on the pages when Nightcrawler teleports.
BAMF.
Correct.
Badass motherfucker.
It is. That's also true. So, awesome. That's the first half of the email. When we get to story 2, I'm going to take over, but we're going to do that when we get on the other side of the commercial break. Which really means we're just going to talk to you guys on the live stream. But through the magic of editing, there'll be commercials in the middle of that moving forward. All right, so let's see what you folks had to say. Snark says, the Like a Dragon ones are turn-based JRPG with a job system. The original ones are a beat-em-up RPG. That's good to know. Glitch says, sounds fun. Isn't Persona 3 or 3 out also? I don't play those, but love them. Persona 3, I believe, is a remake, because I remember Persona 5 came out a while back. Sorry, my mic has like a bunch of weird stuff on it. I wonder if it fell down and someone didn't tell me that they knocked it down. Anyway, it's going to keep going.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I know.
Is it you?
No. I would say I wonder if I knocked it down if it was me.
I
There's
thought you were
only
being
one
cute
other
about
person
it.
it could be, man. All right, I'm going to keep scrolling. Snark says, Yarp, it's the remake that has added wander around maps to the game. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I have it on my PS Vita. Wow. A Vita reference from back in the day. Snark says,
Vita's not even that old. That's the sad part.
It's pretty old.
It's pretty old, but it can't be that old because PSP is old, and I love my PSP.
I mean, Vita's pretty old. I would say Vita's at least 15 years old. Maybe. I think it came out right around the time we started hanging out, so it's close to 15. Because we're moving on to 11 tomorrow.
Oh, man. I won't be here. Sorry.
Yep, spending it with other people, like always. All right, Snark says, the last sounds like Boo from Mario. Here's the thing. The name of the audio bite that I used is literally Ghost Laugh. Which I was like, can I find a laughing ghost? And that's the audio I found. I was like, I think I can clip this into our theme song, and that'll sound cool to
December 17th,
hard cut it.
2011.
December 17th, 2011 is when Vita came out?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
13 years. Less than 13 years. 12 years. A little over 12 years.
Yeah, going to be 13 years soon. So, almost 15. That to me is pretty old for a console, just saying.
Okay, what about PSP?
I don't know.
Google it.
Snark says she can bamf or she failed her perception check. Yeah, I think this is a mom failing perception check. Once she went into the kitchen, so she had disadvantage. Snark says, I got my hands on the special edition blue one. Nice. Glitch says, no more E3. Yeah, I think what's going to wind up happening is the Summer Games Festival that Jeff Keighley does is basically going to be E3. Because last year, everyone made fun of it and they wouldn't call it Summer Games Fest. They called it not E3. Because they had to do so much marketing stating like, we're different, we're not E3. It's like you're the fucking exact same thing. You're just run by different people now.
I miss E3. Also,
Summer
the
Games
PSP
Fest.
1000.
A PSP 1000?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's
That's old. I
That's
remember
the one
my
I
brother
had.
playing that in a Hooters and me being like, please put it away. Because we were waiting for a table and it's just like, there's just some things that I don't want to be seen doing around chicks with giant tits. And so he played it. He
That's
didn't
such
give
a
shit.
boy thing to say.
Yeah, no shit. I'm a boy.
2004.
Yep. So this year,
Because I had it in high school. I would chat with friends on AIM Instant Messenger on there.
I could not.
You know?
Wow. Holy shit. I could not have had that in high school because I was already graduated by then. You were a freshman that year, weren't you?
No.
2004, you weren't a freshman?
No. I graduated in 2007. I was already like a sophomore then.
Okay. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, right? Or did you start your year in 2003 in high school? Yeah, because if so, I just gained a year. Because she's always acted like she was in 8th grade when I was a senior. But if you started your high school year, 03 to 04, 03 to 04, yeah, as a freshman, 04 to 05, 05 to 06, 06 to 07. Fuck,
Yeah.
never mind. Okay, I graduated 02 to 03. This sucks. Still awful. I hate everything. All right, now we know. Which says class of 05. Thank you. That makes me feel better.
What are
Solidarity. 03.
Oh.
So, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and...
Stark says we started in 2003. Thanks, bruh.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get to this next story called Story 2. Marking it.
Glitch says we all know why the guys had PSP. What? What
Hang
did
on.
you used to do with your PSP?
We all know why the guys had a PSP, just saying. I mean, we got a PSP for Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core. So...
That's why you got a PSP?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
I got mine
gonna-
specifically for chatting on it.
That's weird, because, like, I had a computer for that. Did this thing just disappear again? No, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. It's okay. Everything's fine, everything's fine. All right. Don't do that. You shake the fuck out of the desk when you do that. All right. Just do it up here. Here, I'll hold it up here. Fun. All right. I'm going to mark this. We're moving on to the next story. Oh, yeah, it's like you got a giant microphone in your face. You're going to start swallowing and gulping as soon as I start reading the story. You couldn't do that. We were just sitting here chatting. It's like she's brand new to the podcasting game. Don't. I see your eyes in both my peripherals. All right, here we go. And we are back. So we're going to get into the second half of the email from Andrea or Andrea. We're not sure how to pronounce it, but we hope we at least got it right one time.
Maybe you can be Andrea, and I was Andrea.
I think you said both of them multiple times, so I'm going to keep going and give other words credence. All right, story 2. When I was 14 years old, my great-grandfather... A lot of fucking great-grandparents in this episode. That's crazy.
I don't remember any of mine. Like, none of mine were alive.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. All right. When I was 14 years old, my great-grandfather, who lived in... God fucking damn it. Who lived 2 states away, was diagnosed with rapid... What the fuck is wrong with me? Rapid onset dementia. We were told that he had 3 to 6 months left. He was old as hell and had lived a good, loving life. So as long as he wasn't in pain, we were all mentally prepared to lose him and let his soul rest. Relevant information. I was raised that you do not wake up my dad. Same here. Never wake up dad. He worked for Boeing and had to get up at 3:30 a.m. for his commute into Seattle, so you let the man sleep. My dad worked shift work, so if your dad was sleeping, it meant that he had to get up and go to work, even if you didn't know if he was 3:11s, midnights, or days. He needed to sleep because he had at least an hour drive. I was thinking about this earlier today. My dad had a stretch at one point in my life where he worked, I think, 38 days in a row, and he was on minimum 12-hour shifts, but he was taking overtime, so almost every day of that was 16-hour days. And so he would drive to work for 16 hours, drive home, and have exactly 6 hours to sleep, eat, parent his kids, and sleep. So he would come home, scarf food, ask us how everything was, and then go to sleep immediately. And if you woke him up, he would be upset. So I totally get it. I'm going to get back to your story, though. I apologize. So you're not allowed to wake up your dad. For example, one time there was a huge spider in my room, and I stayed up all night staring at it crying because I was too scared to kill it. But I knew my dad would be pissed if I woke him up for something other than a fire or an intruder.
That's so sad.
It's pretty funny, though. So anyway, one night, only 3 weeks after my great-grandpa's diagnosis, I woke up and started sobbing. I looked at the clock. It was 11:27 p.m. I will always remember what time it was. I was in a full-blown meltdown and decided, fuck it, I needed my dad. I knocked on my dad's door and asked if I could come in. He could hear the ache in my voice and called me in. I sat on the floor beside his bed and he asked me what was wrong. I told him, Grandpa is dying, between sobs. He pulled me up onto the bed with him and cradled me in his arms, something my dad hadn't done in a few years as I was now a teenager. And he said, I know, honey, I know. And I said, no, Dad, he's dying right now. He's not dead, but I can feel him letting go. I can feel him leaving. He's going to be gone very soon. I fully expected my dad to think I was insane, but instead he responded, I bet you're right. I know that your great-grandpa loved you and your sister dearly, and I believe fully that his soul would come through on his way to the afterlife. How beautiful that he wanted you specifically to know. Take comfort in his love for you and rest easy knowing he will soon be at peace.
That's really sweet.
It is. I cried on him for a little while longer and then went back to my room to go back to bed. The next morning I went to school. I told my best friend about the weird event of the night, but told myself that my great-grandpa was totally fine, beyond his dementia, and chalked it up to me just being a hormonal teenager. Aw, what self-awareness. When my dad got home from work that day, I asked him how Grandpa was. He looked at me with a knowing, caring, but sad smirk and said, Grandpa passed away late last night. My stomach dropped. I had to know. What time, Dad? 11:31 our time, he responded. 4 minutes after I had snapped awake.
Wow.
I don't know how I knew. I have just decided over the years that my dad was right. As my great-grandpa's soul was loosening its grip from its shell, it drifted through to me to say goodbye. He was a good man, and I was blessed to have had him until my teen years. I'm trying to think if I had any interaction with my great-grandparents right now. I'm like, I really don't think there's even a picture out there of me being held. I'm going to have to ask my parents. I'm pretty sure on my dad's side for sure. I'm just like, man, did I really not know my great-grandparents at all? Anyways, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. My mind started drifting while I was reading, so my mouth followed it. I apologize. All right. He was a good man, and I was blessed to have had him until my teen years. I know very few folks who get their... God damn it, stop holding my hand randomly in the middle of the story. She either mocks me or she's like overly sensitive at weird times. It creeps me out. I'm not getting emotional. I didn't know my great-grandparents at all. So, all right. I was blessed to have had him until my teen years. I know very few folks get to know... God fucking damn it.
Don't cry.
Shut up. I know very few... You know what's the worst part about editing the show is that Robin laughs when things get fucked up. So when she tries to reread something, she forgets that she wasn't laughing to start. So if you pay close attention to literally any episode, she sounds like a crazy person once or twice because she'll just randomly start laughing. And it's because I had to edit the words together because she couldn't wait until she stopped laughing to reread something. So that'll be that time in this episode. I'm marking it. All right. I know very few folks who get their... See, I'm not crazy. It's written incorrectly, and most of these have been written really well. I know very few folks who get there to really know... Okay. I know very few folks who get to really know their grandparents. I hope my stories made sense. It's been a while since I've written out anything longer than a text. Also, closing note, in one episode, Adam mentioned a band called Hot Hot Heat, and it blew my effing mind. They're my favorite band in my teen years, and I saw them like 7 times live. No one knows who they are. Kudos. Well, shout out to my friend Lucas, because he will give you a lecture every time you talk about Hot Hot Heat. That Hot Hot Heat warmed up the world for the Killers.
Oh my god.
He loves using that pun. And I say it every time I bring up Hot Hot Heat too.
I can't wait for Garrett to text you later and be like, oh my god.
He's going to be like, Hot Hot Heat was awesome. I think Elevator was the album that we started listening to. Anyways, thank you so much for sending all those stories in. They were fantastic. And again, it must have been something we talked about around this exact time about grandparents or great-grandparents that like kicked off everyone, but I feel like one person said that they had just caught up on all of our episodes, and then one person had just started listening to us and was like 20 story times in. So it's just coincidence, and it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So either way, thank you so much, Andrea or Andrea, whichever one it is, or if there's another pronunciation for sending those in, we appreciate you. All right, let's check stream chat one more time before the last email. All right. Snark says, I also have the PSX with the screen. I remember the PSX kind of. Was that the one that had like the different display so it had better battery life?
No.
I'm Watching says, have to give the carts a blowjob to get them to work and everything. I don't think the PSPs really had that problem because they were like the mini discs.
So the problem with the PSPs,
amongst many things.
Okay, there's a lot of issues, but the cartridges specifically, okay, they were 2 plastic pieces that just stuck together with a disc in the middle.
Yeah.
And those
plastic pieces
would just
break.
pop right off. They would just break instantly.
Yeah.
So it was like such a huge problem with those. It was so annoying.
The problem is that anyone trying to get into the handheld market has to understand that Nintendo has fucking dominated it since the Game Boy came out. So it's like there's not a whole lot you can do. I thought it was like bold to do the UMD, the mini discs. When the Vita came out, they had finally like the little SD cards for games that like gave them way better performance, resolution, all that fun stuff. And it was a good console. It just could not stand up to the fact that Nintendo fucking dominated the market. Robin's closing our shades right now for some reason. So, oh, she's also going to grab the dog. Our dog is on her period, so she's in a diaper and then in a body wrap so she doesn't chew the diaper. But here she comes. She's mad at me because I'm the one that almost always has to put the diaper on her because Robin's at work. Mwah. I fucking love this dog so much, and she loves Robin so much. It's so annoying. Boop. See, not even a kiss for my finger, but she immediately turns. She's like, I love you, mommy.
Can I have a kiss?
She's like, oh, you want a kiss? Here's a bunch of kisses. So this next one I didn't proofread too much because I saw that it was about something regarding the stuff that I don't really talk about too much. That's why I'm going to let you read it. So there might be typos in it, but I'll keep reading this stream check because I didn't finish it. Snark says, haha, yes, Nintendo BJs. Yeah, everyone had their own method for like getting their Nintendo games to work for the original NES. We used to have this thing where we'd be like, you know, you push it down, it's like click, click. And I used to go like click, 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 click a bunch, and then I'd be like, and I'd like hit it down and then press power, and it would always work. And then I had a friend who had put the cartridge on like the lip, so it just barely couldn't push down. And he'd like push it enough with enough pressure, it would like slam down, and it made us sound like it was breaking the Nintendo. His method also almost always worked. So,
what?
Fun talks. But the blowjob method obviously was the first one where you take the cartridge and you're like...
But you'd have to put it under your shirt and do it under your shirt.
Never heard that before. No, you gotta
that the dust isn't like...
You gotta get the dust out and your spittle in.
I love you. I know. You? Yeah, I get it. I'm probably delicious.
There's no probably about it. All right, Eve Guzman over there on YouTube says, crying. It was a very sweet story. I'm Western also tossed out crying eyes. Eve said, my nephews had their great-great-grandfolk as babies. Okay, got it. And I had my great-grandparents until I was in my 30s. Nice. Snark says, PSX was a small white PS1. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, man, I'm like... I know of my great-grandfather on my mom's side because he had some stuff that like the family still talks about. But I don't think I ever met him. There might be some picture out there with him holding maybe my brother. But no, I feel compelled to dig into that. So she hates the sweater. It's sized for a normal dog and not a corgi with a long-ass body. Tilt her head up. She's smiling. She's smiling, but she stopped holding her tongue out. She's so cute. And she's very, very sweet. So Robin's the person who reads the next email, but I guess we'll just sit here and chill with our doggo for a minute, even though we're caught up on chit-chat. We have 20 people watching right now, which is pretty good. Usually anything between 15 and 20 is pretty solid for a story time nowadays. Yeah. Eve says, my great-grandma had my grandmother at 13. I mean, great-grandmother, so it's a different time way back in the day, but that still seems pretty young. I will almost certainly never know my great-grandkids unless my kids and then their kids are on a different schedule than I'm on. Because I'm almost fucking 40, so we'll see how that happens.
She's not moving.
She isn't moving. She's like, hey, everyone, here's my ass. There she goes.
Your little leg.
She's usually so spry and moving, but she hates wearing that fucking diaper, and she hates the body wrap even more. Because she really wants to chew that thing off of her own body.
Well, anybody have a male corgi, they want to breed with our corgi, let us know.
Yeah, let Robin know so she can add yet another thing on her fucking calendar that she will likely dump off onto me. Especially when, you know, the corgi babies or puppies are had and then I have to be the person taking care of them 4 days a week. And what's there says, when you put a CD in the PSX, you can play it with a different sound effects. That's cool. Robin's checking her phone and her text messages because you guys are not important.
All right.
All right, so we're caught up on chat. I'm going to pop that up there. That's your next email. I'm going to mark it, and then you can just bring us in and give us that last email transition. The last email transition. No. What is it?
Apple?
What flavor is it?
Watermelon.
That actually sounds really good.
It is really good. It's the best flavor.
Watermelon. Red Bull. Oof. Oof. That's the tastiest energy I've ever put in my face.
I should be the
Not really.
energy.
Steaks are really good.
Anyway.
What? Did you say you should be the tastiest energy? You're definitely not energy. Why would you be energy?
I'm protein.
I don't convert you to energy? Oh my god. I'm protein. Let's move on. This is a stupid conversation that we should not have on Twitch or YouTube. What'd you say?
It's a cannibal question.
A cannibal question? I've never bitten off chunks of you and digested you.
Yeah, but potentially, if you did, I would be straight up 100% energy.
Oh no, you wouldn't be.
Okay,
Not at
there's
all.
fat in there, but you
Fat converts to energy. That I'm just saying.
That's perfect.
No, you wouldn't be 100% energy. I'd probably get that itis from eating you, and I'd be like, oh, I need to lay down and take a nap.
Wait.
It's very rich and filling.
All right, now for the last email here. Why are you laughing?
It's just that's where you decide to transition out of it, huh? It's a disaster of a conversation.
For the last...
Just keep going.
For the last story of the episode, this one's from Sarah, and it goes, Dear Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. I mean, dear.
Hello, dear. Oh, fuck, I screwed that up.
Sorry, I had
A burp that you thought was going to come out audibly.
I want to first say quickly that I go through periods of time where I stop listening to your podcast whenever I catch up, just so that I can give myself a pile of episodes that I can binge through.
I do the same thing.
So I went on my most recent Scaryish break, and the first episode I pulled up damn nearly made me throw up from fear. You guys had some bone-chilling episodes and such, but I have never gotten to the point where I quite literally almost vomited from fear. This episode was it.
Whoa. Slow down, dog. It's not a race. Like, you're not even respecting the period. You're treating this whole fucking intro as a run-on sentence. Just saying, just take your time. Let it breathe.
It's not a bottle of wine.
It's not aging gracefully, that's for sure. It's dead air. Cover the dead air, but you don't have to race through the fucking email.
My fingers in your mouth.
I want to say first quickly that it's like you read the word quickly and you're like, oh yeah? I'm wearing a George Russell hoodie. I can go quick. Watch this.
I can go very fast. He better go very fast now that he's like...
Oh my God. We all know Lewis Hamilton went to Ferrari. Save it for your other podcast.
Anyway, this episode was it. It was Adam's personal story. Episode 275, Adam's Haunting. And let me explain why. I, like Adam, have never explained this to anybody ever, save for one single time. On a road trip, super coincidentally, as I was driving through Vegas area, somewhere near Nevada, or in Nevada, the person I told this to was my father. I don't think I was able to explain the experience as my dad was just sort of confused and didn't have much to say about it. I was about 25 or 26 when I tried to explain this happening and never again tried to explain it to anybody since then until this moment. When I was very, very young, also one of the very first memories that I can remember. I must have been around 3 or 4. Basically, everything that you described, Adam, I would think about the universe and how teeny tiny I was, just a child. I wouldn't think about Abraham Lincoln or any specific person. I would just imagine the universe in my mind. This sort of is crazy to me because I'm thinking about how does a 4-year-old know what the world or the universe looks like? But I literally would almost feel like I would leave my body and could see the entire galaxy. And I would see all of the worlds and the stars and the suns and even multiple galaxies and would reach a point where I would ask myself, am I real? Like this could all be non-existent. I would experience a head rush as well, but for me, it wasn't a pleasant or positive experience. Here's where our experiences sort of diverge, and at the same time caused me intense fear when I listened to your podcast. Side note, I would also try this often, maybe not every single night. I wouldn't do this just when I was in bed, but I would do this whenever I could. It always had to be at night for some reason. I would have to close my eyes and start the meditation process.
I think it's because it's like a deprivation tank kind of thing, where it's like nothing's bothering you and you can just like kind of drift.
All right. I would challenge myself and try to do it in places where it wasn't completely quiet, like on a car ride with my family. I could sort of do it, but it never got as intense and scary as when I would do it when I was alone. So back to what I was saying, I would always give myself a limit. It's hard to explain, but I felt that the more intensely I would go into asking myself if I was real and seeing the universe, the deeper I was slipping into something. I'm sorry if this is offensive. It is not my intention to be insensitive with my verbiage. It's just the way I would remember it. but I felt that there was a point that I would reach where it was the point of no return, where if I crossed the line, I would go insane. What the hell does a kid know about going insane anyway? Like, I would go mad, like crazy. Like, I could end up in a mental hospital, and every time I almost got there, I would get too scared and pull away and think, I almost went crazy. But at the same time, I had a feeling that if I did, I could potentially discover a realm, maybe. Like it was a gamble. Either I'll see things that are not able to be seen by a normal person, or I will quite literally lose my mind. And it would scare the hell out of me. I remember about... Sorry. I remember I would imagine
like you just snorted that right up in there. Let's do it.
I remember I would imagine it in my head like a giant switch and thinking one time, I'm just going to do it. I was now older, like 8 or 9, but since I hadn't done it in a long time, I wasn't able to turn the switch. But I did still get that spooky feeling of I almost just went insane. And now I wonder what would have happened if I had allowed myself to flip the switch as a young child. I never heard voices or anything, but everything you described, Adam, was so surreal. It almost took me to that place. I have never met anyone with a similar experience, and now I wonder if other people will share their experiences now that you've shared yours. You can read this on the podcast. Happy spooky season, Sarah.
Yeah, when I saw this and I started
he was like, I don't want to read it.
I was like, you
have to read it. Because he was like, I don't want to go into that again.
I was like, I just don't like talking about it. I think about it still. Like, I obviously think about it, but like externally, like speaking to people about it is just weird. And I'm glad I did it on the podcast so that other people could hear it. And just seeing this come in actually made me feel like odd, but not in a bad way. Where it's just like, that's really good to hear that someone else, like, especially at such a young age, had something like that. I think it's like this feeling of like, you're young and you don't know why you're able to contemplate things on an existential level. And like, that head rush for me was something that was so unique that I never forgot it. Like, through the like development of like getting older and just forgetting things, like that experience was something that, even though I just wound up forcibly forgetting it, every now and then I would think about like, oh man, I forgot I used to do that type of thing. So sorry for bringing that memory back up for you if you were leaving it buried. But yeah, it's bizarre, and I'm glad to hear that you at least understood, like, from my perspective of what's going on. I've had a few people talk to me about it, and they're trying to figure out, based off of what they believe, how my experience fits into their boxes. And I'm always just like, nope, not that. Like, it's not that either. It's not that. And in most cases, I've been told, like, oh, you were just asleep. You were a little kid. It's like, nope. Because when I used to go to sleep, I'd have nightmares. Like, I'd have a very distinct recurring dream. I've repeated it many times on the show before. So it was very different. So hearing your story was definitely something I wanted to let Robin read it so that I could take it in, versus trying to, like, you know, read it while I'm trying to think about editing the episode and not making any mistakes. So I do appreciate you reaching out. And obviously, if anyone else has had a similar experience, you know, we do encourage folks to reach out too. So, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. Robin, I'm curious, what are your thoughts?
I have never experienced something like that. So it's I can't relate to it, but I can understand that there are people like you who have gone through something like that. And I'm sure there is a point where you're like, I can go too far with this. Like how you realize, like, I can go too far with this.
Yeah, for me, it was, you know, I obviously had a different sense than they did. It reminds me of, like, don't look into the eyes of the truth tortoise from that Rick and Morty episode, where it's just like, you might go crazy if you just think about something too much. Yeah, it's definitely super weird. It's very super weird. I like have always thought about, like, maybe I'll just go and get into a sensory deprivation tank where you just, like, float weightlessly. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I'd be so tempted to try and do it again. Like, and I'm too freaked out to try and do it again as an adult. So, and I know you don't want me to ever try it again.
Yeah, no
so
thanks.
It's just one of those things where it's like, it's probably something that, you know, there's an explanation for, but you know, better left unchecked, basically. I don't want to fucking have a weird face, like, red demon sitting behind me when I'm being interviewed in the middle of a day, like whatever the fuck that movie, Insidious, yeah. So either way, I really appreciate you writing that, and it is a weird, bizarre experience, and I am curious to know however many people out there had something similar to them especially when they were kids.
I think, well, the thing is, I think children are more sensitive to things like that. I think that's why when they tried it when they were older, it just wasn't the same.
Right.
Because you moved on from that, right? Your brain has developed, things have changed. I think
I need, obviously, Keanu Reeves to kind of drown me in a bathtub in a sexy way. So
yeah.
if I'm gonna wake any abilities back up. But
oh my god, freaking that movie is so good.
I'm sure he's too busy. He has a very busy schedule. But yeah, thank you so much, Sarah, for saying that in. We appreciate it. And then I think that's the last one for the show, which is a good one to end on, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, but not if you're watching live, because we're about to do marbles on stream.
Let me see if I can log into my Twitch.
Also, shout out during that story, we had Ghost Dunk resubscribe for the 55th month. And 55th month in a row. And his message was boners. And shout out to Akasuna Kairi, who resubscribed for the 16th month. And I think there's an emoji or what do you call it, an emoticon that's a waving thing. But I can't see it on this silly redemption thing. Where?
It's right there.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's cute. That's adorable. The Twitch dashboard shows it to me, but the Streamlabs thing did not. So, all right. We have some chat that I'm going to read, and then we'll get into marbles. Actually, I'll move this over here, and then Robin can read the chat while I get marbles set up.
All right, let me read the chat. Hold on.
All right, it's okay. Take your time. Right there. Should be good.
Next week is sports day at work on
It's weird that
Thursday.
you call it sports day, because to me that feels like a day where you're going to go participate in sports.
No, we have the Office Olympics. But the sports day is everyone gets to wear like a sports jersey or something like that. And I'm trying to decide what I want to wear. I have a DPR for K1 Speed.
A DPR is?
It's a review for K1 Speed.
Wait,
no, I don't know if I can talk about that.
I was going to say, like, you're talking about weird things that people have no context for.
I don't know if I can talk about that, but I'm trying to decide if I want to wear F1.
Why don't you wear your K1 Speed hat?
You know what?
I wore that on stream. I wore that at work the other day. And by at work, obviously, I mean, like, just, fucking
sitting here?
on camera, sitting here on camera with people. Because my hair was a mess. So I was just like, I got to wear a hat again. All right. We're going to get marbles booted up. I updated it earlier today, so hopefully it doesn't break. Robin's 100% not reading the chat.
Sorry. Now I'm thinking about the fact that I just said that online and I shouldn't have talked about it. Okay, anyway.
I'm What's Her Name says, I believe I can answer cannibal questions. JK. Glitch laughed. Latreia laughed. Eve says, that story got me too. Oh my god. Snark says, EU. LOL. What if instead of going outward, they went inward? That portal or feeling might be like a mental illness. That's the thing that freaks me out the most is the older I got and the more I like randomly remember, my brother's experiences, obviously, freaked me the fuck out because, just him talking about the fact that, his schizophrenia happened to kick up at the same time he did something that was essentially like what I was doing when I was a fucking kid. And it was just basically everything I'd ever feared being told to me by a person who has gone essentially crazy.
I think hearing the voices is scary.
Yeah. It is.
It's just...
Without a fucking doubt. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch our camera over because it's on the other camera. Because we switched cameras. I asked Robin for a camera test like 2 minutes before we went live. And she decided she didn't like the angle that our camera was at.
Yeah.
And I had to change to a different camera, which is what you guys have been seeing.
Hello.
That's the camera we've been using. And I'm going to shrink it to be just directly over the other camera. And then get rid of the other camera.
Twitch on my phone has an update. Hold on.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get to the race, exclamation point vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with whatever track you would like to race, and we'll get some of these votes in.
Oh, yeah. Persona 3 Reload is available now.
All right, my vote is in.
Ah!
I hear my own voice, and I hate it so fucking much.
No, I heard myself!
Snark says, regarding hair chat, my hair is long enough to tie up like Land from Twats. Nice. All right, that is long hair.
You mean Ping?
His name is Ping?
From Mulan.
He's Ping from Mulan?
No, but she ties her hair up like,
like Land from The Wheel of Time?
It's like in a bun at the top and just like a,
You're just mumbling to yourself. No, I can't hear you, so I can't imagine they can. But it's nice to hear that we got some votes coming in. I think Cosmic Chaos. Yeah, Cosmic Chaos is currently in the lead. We'll let it keep scrolling for a little bit. And then
Snack says they can do both. Get you someone who can do both.
Okay, cool. Your sassy finger says it all. Currently, Cosmic Chaos is in the lead with a whopping 2 votes. Enemy at the Gates and Marble Centauri have
Ghost
1
says,
vote
would you
each.
describe your face as made from stone?
That's just a way that Land's described.
What?
Land's face is described as made from stone, and he has really nice calves.
Oh.
Make all the ladies hoot and
Okay,
holler.
so you got that part.
What part?
Really nice calves.
Oh, thanks. I do. Snark says, once Larry fixed our 3D printer, I'm going to have the Azula hair too. Snark says, I have great calves. Like the modesty there. Yeah, my 3D printer is missing a cable, but I'll be honest, like, my 3D printer does this thing where it's a resin printer, and it lights up while, like, the plate is inside the resin, and the pattern that it lights up is each single layer, and it's supposed to, like, harden it. And then it like slowly pulls up. But every time it goes down, the light comes on, and then it like pulls up and then goes back down. It's like it suction cups to the bottom, so you're like, and then it goes back down. And I don't think it's fucking supposed to do that. And it's really fucking annoying. And because I haven't printed anything in a long time, I've been very reluctant to even fucking bother setting it up since I can't find the cord for either the 3D printer or the wash station, because I'm not sure even which one is missing. So, anyways. Scene. Hope you enjoyed that. Cosmic Chaos is our track. 2 minutes and 23 seconds on average for real or regular, not real, regular people. For spooky friends, 2 minutes and 22 seconds. We're 1 second faster. Suck it, bitches.
If anyone has any experience with the Anycubic 3D printer, let us know. We need help.
Okay. We don't have the plugs, like I just mentioned.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
We need the plugs.
All right, and record holder from the spooky friends is Red Keto. So let's jump in there. What's the record for everybody? Everyone's record time is 1:53. So let's see if we can crack the record. We've had some world records set here on the show before. So we're going to go to race. Man, this is really making my computer chug. Marbles on stream is like one of the most fucking resource intensive games I've ever come across. And it's like fucking the most basic bitch program you could ever imagine. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to close a couple things because they don't need to be open. Then we're going to start the bet in case you want to bet on whether or not Robin or I finishes first. Nope, that's not that. Start a prediction. Start prediction. Who will last longer / rank better, me or Robin? You guys got 2 minutes to vote on that, and you guys got 2 minutes to join the race before it starts.
Ghost says Marbles is simulating the marble physics down to the quantum level.
It fucking must be, like, because this computer like runs everything I play on ultra settings. The fan never kicks on, but I'm fucking in there right now, and the fan just whirred up.
You're fucking in there? No wonder it's like so hot.
Thank you. I also hate you. Have you joined yet? Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Yeah, I am.
Just right there.
All right. We have... don't know the fuck. I'm sure she's quoting some shitty movie or something like that. We have 9 marbles on stream right now. That is atrociously horrible numbers. I am deeply offended. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to see what the vote split is right now.
What is it?
Oh, I forgot I can vote myself.
What? I'm not going to waste my points.
You're not going to waste your points?
No, I'm going to hold on to it because I want to redeem my
Wait.
points for something good.
Something? Wow, you're just being super offensive right now. It's not showing me the fucking vote. Let me vote. Stupid piece of shit. Wow, this is weird. Okay, I'm going to close my Twitch app and open it back up. Because I've seen people have already voted. It's on there. Social media. Twitch.
You have Twitch in your social media?
I just, there it goes. Prediction started. Let me vote. Let me vote on myself. Holy shit. Let me vote. Okay, a bunch of people are voting on me. I appreciate it, everyone. I'm betting everything I have on myself. It's like, you're a moderator. Are you sure you want to participate? Yeah, I'm positive. Thanks.
I put all my votes on you.
That's fucked up.
Wait, what?
You put all your votes on me. Wouldn't you want to bet on yourself? 1, I'm still upset we only have 9 marbles. 2, it's not letting me vote. So I give up. But hey, I'm still racing, so that's what matters. Need you to go ahead and move your phone so I can control the camera. Thank you. Robin just is like watching my hand like, why is your hand there? Move your hand. We only have 9 marbles, so you guys got a really good chance because whoever wins gets a free sticker from Robin's Quiet Corner. Hopefully one of the ones that are Scaryish themed. And if you pick one that's not Scaryish themed, Robin will let you know whether or not she has them in stock or
if it's on my store, I have them in stock.
There you go.
Yurt.
All right, we're all circling
Also,
this hole in space.
If any of you guys have been ordering F1 stuff from my store, thank you guys so much. Because, like, TBH, that's like selling more than any other thing. It's kind of crazy, actually.
All right. It looks like Akasuna Kairi is in first place right now, but there are diverging paths, so let's zoom out a little bit and see everyone as they come through, because everything's going to converge back together.
Stefan said he finally got that point of inspiration.
Good. I keep asking him, like, why aren't you using these in game? Because you have like 5 or 6 of them at least. All right. I have taken the lead somehow, which is awesome.
Oh my god, Glitch. I don't want to waste my points on Robin. I'm going to save them for something else. See how it feels.
Wow. I'm what's her name is currently in the lead. That did like kind of how it sounded. All right, Glitch is right behind Robin, the Snark, myself, and Chunkster, and there's a pretty big group of like the first 8 or 9 people. Oh yeah, 8 people basically, and Latreia is bringing up the rear. All right, gonna keep going. You know, keep a nice stationary camera to watch everyone come through this curve.
I was wondering why Glitch wasn't moving. It's because the little pegs.
Ghost Dunk is also stuck. I am still in first place, which is cool.
I'm just thinking about the Huskers thing. Help me, Step Husk, I'm stuck.
Oh yeah, that's so fucking funny. Oh no, I got stuck in the fucking tube somehow, and I died. Okay, so
Goodbye.
Whoever voted on me, your points were wasted, and Robin won that, so we'll pay that out when it's done. Chunkster is currently in first place, trying to make her way downtown, walking fast,
Why are
pacing
you
fast,
so
and she's
cute?
homebound.
Beautiful.
Robin wants to know why you're so cute. All right, right behind you, though, is the Snarks trying to get that prize, if you can get past it. Glitch is like, I want the prize, too. Avoid the pulsating rods / pegs, and you'll be fine. I think you took the right line. Congratulations, Chunkster. Oh, my God, that was so close. Chunkster first, Glitch second, Snark third, Robin fourth, Akasuna Kairi fifth, Ghost Dunk sixth. Latreia is going to be seventh, and I'm What's for Dinner comes in 8th. I am the only person that somehow died even though I was in the lead. Even though that fucking thing over there looks like you can't fall through it. Is this glass or is this not? I want to speak to the manager, please. Anyways, congrats, Chunkster. See the final results. You got 28 points in the season from that. Chunk says, my 2,000 bits to Adam. I won, but I lost. That's so funny. I apologize.
Everyone.
I will try and be better next time. Choose outcome. Robin, complete prediction.
How many did everyone get for that result? Show me.
I mean, if I could, I would. Summary. Here we go. So, the people that voted on Robin were I'm What's for Dinner and Latreia. That is it. Latreia spent 1,158 points and cashed out 4,417 because the odds were so stacked against her. I did lose all my points, even though my phone told me that I wasn't able to actually bid any of them. So, I lost 1,213. Chunkster lost $2,000. Glitch lost 1,000, and Snark lost 500. So, I apologize for letting you all down.
Latreia be winning. That's so many points.
Chunkster, don't forget to let us know what you would like.
I think I'm gonna design a Twitch pin that's gonna be like 65K or something.
Start the voting again. 65K
in points on here.
Oh, cool.
Also, there's new merch on the Teespring store. I
did not know that.
New stuff up. Yeah. There's beanies because it's cold out.
That's fucking awesome, actually. I kind of want one.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, start your voting again. I'm going to vote 4-5 for Jordan when he came back and wasn't allowed to wear 23. So,
what?
I'm sure everyone remembers when Jordan had to wear 45 the season he came back until they unretired his number.
I'm going to do 17 for Shohei.
Fucking traitor. Unbelievable.
Shohei be a Hohei in baseball.
Yep. Just chasing. He's actually chasing championships. He deferred his salary, which is actually kind of crazy. I didn't realize that wasn't scrolling. All right, we're going to let that keep scrolling a couple of times, and then when it comes back, we'll get it started. Right now, Marble Mill is in first place.
Yeah, Stefan's with me.
With you as a trader, Robin. Stefan, you don't like the Dodgers, do you?
Nobody likes Shohei.
Fuck Shohei. He left us. He left the Angels where the tickets were nice and cheap.
We can still go watch
Oh
Hoppy.
We can still go watch Angels games and see Mike Trout because he's not a trader. So, all right. Keep scrolling. Glitch says, I want to see the hats. Yeah. So this is on which store you said? The Teespring store?
store.
There you go. All right, Ghost Dunks says, I switched allegiance to Japan during the World Baseball Classic. That was such a cool way for the the World Baseball Classic to end with Japan versus America, with Shohei pitching and Mike Trout hitting. It's like, that's fucking just...
It was great.
Such a great storyline. Shohei struck him out. Just madness. All right, we're going to minimize that, get that screen back up. Cool, that screen's looking good.
There's just so much sports news, right? It's just so much change.
That's just how sports is. That's why there's so many channels dedicated to just talking about sports. Which is, what language are they speaking? This is called English.
Wait, what language?
Because we're talking about sports.
Oh.
I'm guessing. Currently there is a tie, and Chunkster voted for Portal Purgatory, and because the tiebreaker will go to the champion's vote from the previous race.
The Snark says it's some straight people talk.
No, I know a lot of gay guys who are totally into sports. And cars, by the way. Portal Purgatory is what we're going to go with. Alienated is number 2. No! Okay, things are tied at 2. Chunkster voted Portal Purgatory, which no one else voted for, so since her vote is the tiebreaker, it basically just goes to Portal Purgatory. So, world record time, 31 seconds. And then, Scaryish record time, 36 seconds. And Pink Penguin has that, so. Alright. Let's do this. 32.
Ghost Dunk says it's okay. 34 is Walter Payton.
It's true. Very true. And also Kerry Wood.
What is it? The Dallas Cowboys, like, defensive coach or whatever, went to go.
Dan Quinn is now going to be the coach of the Washington Commanders. I want to call them the Nationals.
Commanders.
All right. Exclamation point play to get your marble on stream. I'm going to get the voting started for who's going to finish in the first place, or who's going to finish or last longer, me or Robin. Start prediction. Go ahead. And then you got 2 minutes to join the race, which I'm going to do. All right, meow.
I'm still upset about Lewis Hamilton. If there was a traitor, he's the traitor, not Shohei.
I don't think so. He won 6 world championships with that team.
7.
No, his first world championship was not with Mercedes.
Was it with McLaren?
I don't know. Whoever he was with before that is who he won that world championship with. So.
It's McLaren.
But yeah. Lewis Hamilton, who was the world champion, 7 championships in a row, which is the record for most championships and most in a row. Hasn't won in 3 years. Max Verstappen has won. And I think he just got tired of racing for Mercedes, and his teammate is doing better than him pretty consistently. So he will now be going to Ferrari for the 2025 season.
Ferrari.
So the guy whose seat he's taking gets to race for that team 24 races this year, knowing he's out the door as soon as they're done. So it's kind of fucking crazy. Snark says, LOL, my hubby is into F1 and cars. I know they exist. We just aren't proficient with that language. It's like common and undercommon. That's funny. All right. It's pretty mean. Undercommon. It's like, what fucking dead things speak?
Really?
Yeah, and it's just funny to me. It's like basically saying, like, I speak regular and you speak like gutter tongue. That's
you
funny.
You do speak gutter tongue.
I do speak gutter tongue. That's true. You like that, don't you, bitch?
Oh my god. Oh, the Snark says we bottoms. We gotta stop.
It's always fun to do this.
I'm dead.
All right. I think because we have fiber and it's like the fucking bit rate is insanely high. I want to try and do a joint stream where Robin streams from her computer and I stream from my computer, and then see if I can combine the streams somehow. I know there's some services that do that. And just have us play a game where you can like switch back and forth between which one of us you want to view. You keep putting your fucking shit directly in the way of WASD. All right. That's what the track looks like. Oh, it's the fucking Portal one. No wonder it's called Portal Purgatory. I need to minimize that. Get back to the chat. Which says, I hate this one. I don't mind this one. I just wish I knew where the fucking portals went. All right. I'm in front. Robin second. It is feasible. We finish this race with no winner. Because usually there's only like 1 or 2 people who make it to the end. And I'm coming all the way back here because it doesn't matter what track you're on. You're going to hit a portal sooner or later. And we'll see if you wind up in there. See lots of folks falling into random various different portals. You get teleported backwards. You get teleported forwards.
Like, oh no, there's the portal at the end.
Well, I wonder if that portal is one that launches you forward like it's supposed to.
Or...
Wow, someone just got launched.
Huh? Nope.
Latreia was the one that got launched and fell off. Robin's making her jump.
Oh, yes. Made
Whoever
it.
voted for me wins. Congratulations. Casino no Kyrie is now gone too. We're down to 6 of 9. 33% of the marbles have been murdered. I'm What's for Dinner made a jump and is also not going to complete this race. Robin's going to stare at our Shiba Inu, who's making a lot of weird mouth sounds. I think the goal of this one is to come forward until the rod launches you into the thing.
Oof.
Wow, that was so close. And if you don't get launched, then you wind up going into the portal and starting backwards. So, because I'm pretty sure you cannot wind up in this thing unless you get hit by one of those rods and get bounced over here. And the portals all basically launch you backwards. Chunkster and Ghost Dunk are both in the air. Ghost Dunk wins. Congratulations. You can either get a Scaryish sticker or something for Robin's Quiet Corner, or I'll let you convert that into a point of inspiration for our D&D game. Because I'm a benevolent and kind dungeon master. The Snark are still just falling through fucking portals. Like, please let us finish. Alright, that fiery wave of death eventually killed me and Snarked. Congratulations, Ghost Dunk. 31 points.
But only one to finish.
Only one to finish.
How selfish.
So, it's so funny. Yeah, how selfish. You didn't even ask us how close we were. Alright, I'm going to switch us back to our other screen, and this might turn off our microphone. Which it did. I'm going to go ahead and close out Marbles on Stream so my computer can stop fucking chugging. Quit. Beautiful. Close. Alright, so that's everything for story time. We haven't done one in a while. It's like perfect 90 minutes. I'm pretty proud of that. So we did a pretty good job there. And I think the two best words in the English language, D and fault. Technically, you didn't win by default, because I think if everyone else dies first and you're the last one, you might also win. But you won through effort, because you actually made it there in time. So, cool. From this point on, any points redeemed will be refunded to you, because we won't be able to see them. And we're just going to do the outro. So I'm marking it, and here we go. Sorry, I gave like 3 seconds of silence so I can edit out the sound of my fucking computer fan whirring.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's because of Marbles on Stream. So, all right, that's everything. Yeah, if you could apply that to yourself.
Quiet down.
All right, so that's everything we have for this episode of Storytime. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in their emails. We sincerely appreciate it. If you have a story you would like to share, feel free to email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, click on Contact Us, fill out that form. It comes directly to us. Or hit us up on social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/scarishpodcast. Twitter is @scarishpod. And Instagram is @scarishpodcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast. Those are monthly donations with tiers starting at $1.
So as I'm doing this thing, Robin's holding my hand because I make circles or fists when I'm recording, and she just starts fingering the hole. So I decided the next time she thrusted her fingers in, I was going to moan. That's why that just happened. Go ahead.
You're not going to mark that?
I already marked it.
Oh, good. So you can go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast with tiers starting at $1. We're doing early access and things like that. Different tiers for you to check out.
And ad-free as well.
And if you're not into the monthly tier subscription type thing, you can also go to ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast, and those are one-time donations. We're really thankful for anybody who donates and helps us out.
Yeah, we appreciate you folks. Thank you so much for listening, watching live, sharing the episode with your friends, family members. It means the world to us, and it's nice to see that we have, solid numbers 7 years into this podcast that we've been doing every week for a very long time. So, yeah, that's everything we got. So, Robin, why don't you go ahead and sign us out?
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.